Welcome back to the Common Sense Podcast, where common minds come together because
common sense ain't that common, y'all. And look, Captain America Brave New World came out. I know after watching the Deadpool Wolverine movie, we was hating on Marvel hard. But I had the sneaky suspicion. I was like, Deandra, let's go watch this one, see what it's about. So we're going to get into the review, what we thought of it. Is Marvel saved? Is it not? Was it overrated? All those questions. Let's go and answer them. Common sense. In the house. Two people. Yeah. You cute answer. So, Deandra, before this movie, we checked on IMDb. We heard a lot of TikTok reviews. All said this movie sucked.
Everything. Everyone on my For You page said that this movie, it was
subpar.
They either said it was mid, subpar, or trash. It was nothing above that.
Right.
Nothing.
So the first thing the audience, I'm sure, wants to know, should they go out and see the movie?
Yes, you should absolutely go see the movie. Do not, first of all, in any situation, you should go see the movie yourself and see it for yourself and see how you feel. Don't listen to what people say on the internet.
Although IMDb is pretty accurate.
Right, it's pretty accurate most of the time. But as far as public perception, nobody's gonna know how you feel about it but you.
Right.
Until you go and see it.
I think if you didn't like the whole multiverse situation, kind of like we did, or like the whole time loop where it's all different universes thing, this is almost as original Marvel as it gets. None of the crazy stuff. They brought a couple of characters back from the Incredible Hulk 2008 movie, which you honestly just saw. So honestly, this is the perfect time for you to go see this.
I know you guys probably gonna think, "Oh my God, you haven't seen that movie?"
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Now that we've gotten started, spoilers.
We're
gonna go ahead and put the spoiler warning because yes, we're gonna get into depth what we thought of the movie, all of these different types of things. So Deandra, what were your first thoughts when you was walking out of this movie as far as Sam Wilson being portrayed now as Captain America? Do you think that he filled the role as far as Anthony Mackie?
Yes, of course. And now, there have been some people that may have been, questioning whether he would live up to that. And let me tell you something.
And they played on to that in the movie.
They did. They very much did. And I love that because I was one of those people, I don't want to pat myself on the shoulder, but I was one of those people that I knew that Anthony Mackie was going to turn it good because he is a great actor, number one, and the reason why I felt it was going to be great was because it would have been obvious for Steve Rogers to pick Bucky. Right. That's what most of Lee.
And he's already a super soldier too.
He's already a super soldier, so that's what I thought. Basically, everyone was thinking that what was going to happen. So when he picked Sam, it made sense to me because when you look at his character, and that is something we see in the film as well.
Right, and Anthony Mackie puts on a great acting performance. I don't feel like it's going to get talked about a lot, but he gave those Captain America quotes that Chris Evans usually gives. He has those monologues where he's talking to the new Falcon, which is what is his name? Joaquin. Interesting name. I didn't know he was going to have Joaquin.
He needs to come back. He
was great too. But Anthony Mackie definitely filled the role. I think that as far as even with the fight scenes that he had with the shield and things like that, I think it was just way cooler to see him do that because he didn't have the brute strength. It kind of shows you he's mortal and stuff like that. And I feel like that's what Marvel's been missing, a little bit of Batman in the Marvel universe because he had all the gadgets, everything else going for him. And as far as the plot of this movie, this is what a lot of people were hating on, saying as far as they didn't like the whole, I'm assuming they didn't like the whole Mr. Blue into the Red Hulk type of thing. But before we even get into the plot, Marvel has this whole thing where they show us everything in the trailer. Everything in the trailer. So once you saw everything in the trailer and how I saw in the plot, what did you think of it as far as just a movie spectrum?
Okay, I'm going to tell you guys what I told him coming out of the theater. Literally, that movie would have been an 8-9 for me if we did not know about the Red Hulk and if we didn't already know about Isaiah Rashad going berserk at the meeting.
Right.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine going into that, not knowing that Ross was gonna be the Red Hulk.
Right.
Can you imagine not knowing?
So much better. And to me, that's what gave away Mr. Blue. And because I was telling her in the theater, I was like, look, that's obviously Mr. Blue now, because who else will have access to gamma radiation that's still alive from the Hulk universe? And he got that chin. I knew from his chin, I was like, oh. Yeah, that's him. That's Stearns, him for sure. I knew it was Stearns just by the chin. As far as the leader, which is the name of his character in the Marvel Universe, which is basically, like you said, his head was gamma radiated, so he's extremely smart and stuff like that. A lot of people are hating on the design. What do you think of the design of him in the movie?
Well, you see, I am not a person that knows all of that, like the comic book background and stuff, especially when you go back and watch the 2008 Hulk movie where he injected himself with it. I mean, it kind of makes sense. So
I pulled up the picture of her, y'all, so she could see what the leader looks like in the comics.
Oh, I mean... It would
have looked weird if they would have emphasized just his head being like...
When we go back and we look at the 2008 Hulk movie, I think when you see what he did to himself when he was working with Bruce as well, I think the design that they gave him kind of matches what we see from him in the 2008 movie. Basically, his vibe that he's giving in the film of Brave New World.
And so, what this plot does to me is it takes Captain America and takes him out of America. Because as you can see, a lot of these things were happening in different countries when they were going to Asia, when they were going to the island where the Celestial was to get the Antimanium. Sam's cap has been turned into like an international Captain America, which you see he's dealing with all of these other issues back and forth. And what I kind of liked about Sam's version a little bit more is you still get to see that he's vulnerable, like in these fight scenes. Like most people that he was fighting in this movie, Captain America probably would have ran through just because he had super soldier serum. But seeing that vulnerability and seeing a character like that doesn't have superpowers, I think was a refreshing thing to see as well.
Like even to see him when him and Joaquin are fighting off the Japanese fighter jets.
Really, the American fighter jets.
Oh, the American fighter jets. Yeah, that was right. They were taken over by Stern. But at the same time, like you see the way that he's moving is kind of different because he's human. At the same rate. And even the moment that he had with Joaquin when he was in the hospital bed was beautiful, and it hits the heartstrings even more because he was looking up to him, and he's in his eyes, Joaquin is like, in Joaquin's eyes, he's like perfect. He does everything perfect. But then he kind of sits with himself and he's always like beating himself up about trying to prove himself. Even he questions himself about not taking the super serum in the movie too.
Yeah, and that's where Bucky comes in. And honestly, I know everyone's so happy to see Bucky. It was cool to see Bucky in the movie as well. But that should have been Bruce Banner right there. I'm telling you, it would have tied everything up if it was. Because it was like, okay, you brought back Mr. Blue. You brought back General Ross, although it's a different actor playing. Harrison Ford is not playing him. So you brought back him, and it's just like, if that was Bruce Banner, I think it would have made the movie just a tad bit better. Because that's like, you had all the Hulk villains.
Right, but no Hulk.
But no Hulk. Almost like with the whole Venom franchise, you have Venom, no Spider-Man.
But you also have to think about look what they've done to the Hulk.
Yes, they have.
So they've made it difficult for them to use the Hulk in any situation simply because of what they...
Because it seemed like the Red Hulk would give the regular MCU Hulk work, in my opinion, from what we saw with the chase scene. I hate that they emphasized, one thing I didn't like is how they emphasized this whole entire fight during the trailer, and they fought one time in a little bit of span. Because I feel like if you was gonna do that, you should have showed us maybe just the fighter jets. I think they were showing a little bit too much. Because, the fight didn't last as long, and that was a whole pitch was the fight. Yeah,
the majority from the commercials, you would think the final battle would be
like a second round, too, with something
the
like
Red
that.
Hulk. Yeah. But the majority of the movie wasn't... We really saw the Red Hulk at the tail end.
Yeah, like the very end is when it came. Yeah.
Which is why I said it should have been a secret. Because it was such a small part of the movie. You would have been better off keeping it as a secret anyway. Right. But I don't know. I feel like with the surprise of the Red Hulk, with it taking up the end, of the movie. A lot of people said that they didn't enjoy the movie. I mean, they didn't enjoy the ending. Well, they didn't enjoy the movie either.
Yeah.
But a lot of people said they didn't enjoy the ending. So, like, what did you think about the ending?
I think, again, I thought it should have been for Bruce Banner and Sam Wilson's Captain America to take down the Red Hulk. I think that would have been something cooler to see. The fact that, because if you really look at it in a lens, there's no way Sam Wilson is going to be the Red Hulk. Like, if you really think about it, because General Ross at this point, like kind of like you told me, just kind of got his powers, because the Red Hulk's powers are different from the actual Incredible Hulk's one, which would honestly makes this fight even more lopsided.
Right.
Because Sam has no business winning. And even when Sam had finally hit him with the vibranium thing, he got back up.
Yeah,
and the fight was about to continue to happen.
How it ended was him talking to him.
Yeah.
Talking him through it.
Because that was the only way.
Right.
Yeah.
And honestly, people are going to hate it either way. People are going to hate him if he would have won, because it's
it was like, there's no way he could have won.
There's no way he's beating
But in
the
universe
Red
where
Hulk.
Ant-Man beat King the Conqueror, I mean, that's what I'm saying. So are you really mad? They listen to what y'all said, and now y'all still mad about it.
Right. But I mean, honestly, I thought the ending, as far as him basically using the cherry blossoms, because if you pay attention throughout the movie, that's
he keeps referring to the
cherry blossoms
and Betty. Yeah.
So like, for that to end that way, I'm not necessarily mad with that ending, because like you said, what other ending would you have had? Would he have beat the Red Hulk when that wouldn't have been reality? That wouldn't have been for real. So
as far as Marvel goes right now, you would say this is probably the best movie since what? Guardians of the Galaxy?
Oh, absolutely. This is by far the best movie that has came out, in my opinion, since Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Every other movie to me is below it. What came after that? You had Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. You had Ant-Man,
you had Wolverine and Deadpool,
which I don't put above it, in my opinion. Ant-Man, Quantumanium,
and I think you had something else, but yeah, other than that, it's a lot of Disney Plus shows, but nothing just out of the ordinary. Are you more confident in Marvel after watching this one?
Yes, and specifically with other things like the Fantastic Four. I enjoyed the trailer for the Fantastic Four, so I'm excited for that as a person who just started watching Fantastic Four too. Yeah. I know I'm late, y'all. I'm late to the party, y'all. But
we play Marvel Rivals. Let us know if y'all play. If y'all got PSN and y'all play Marvel Rivals.
Drop y'all names, bro. We can run some. We can run some. We ain't touched rank yet though.
Yeah.
Chill
Quick
out.
Match Kings.
Chill out. Right. Ranked people, chill out.
Right.
Chill out.
Right. It's never that deep. Not how hard y'all be going.
Oh, so we gotta give the final rating. What we give for the final rating of the movie?
After seeing all these things, having it today, because we saw it the day before we recorded this. So I honestly give it a 7.5. I think it's a good ride. It goes back to old-fashioned Marvel. There's no multiverse thing in it. As far as Sam Wilson, the character, and Anthony Mackie, I think it's a really good acting performance, because we haven't seen that in a while with Marvel. But I think I enjoyed the movie. 7.5 for me.
I think I give it a 7 as well. The only reason why it's not in that 8-9 category is simply because they showed too much. That is the only reason why I'm not giving it the 8 or 9. Like, if I would have went in there surprised, definitely would have been a 9 for me. But I loved Anthony Mackie's performance in it. His choreography with the shield, low key, I like his a little bit better than Captain America's. Yeah, that's just my opinion. I hope we get to see more of Anthony Mackie as obviously it said Captain America will return, so
and
I'm
there's
excited.
a new Avengers as well. A lot of people were giving really unnecessary hate for this one. Unnecessary hate. I don't really know what you didn't like. People said the movie kind of was pointless, but you got to think about it, those pointless movies are what quote unquote movies are what made the MCU. Those Iron Man 2, Captain America. Before y'all knew it was a cinematic universe that went together. Y'all were just going to the movie and watching these movies and having a fun time with it. And that's what made Marvel such an experience.
I mean, no movie is really pointless in Marvel. Specifically, I mean, once we have the multiverse thing now, I mean, no movie is pointless. Because
if y'all can sit there and watch boring Loki all the time, y'all can watch this. I'm sorry. Loki is one of the most boring shows. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry.
Well, you about to get us canceled. But I did not watch Loki, so I can't comment on it.
Because it was boring. You watched the Wanda one?
Yes, I did.
Did you watch the Falcon one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Those are the only two good ones. It makes sense.
No, it's because Disney Plus is expensive.
I guess so, and I didn't want to see the She-Hulk twerking. So I'm just saying that these are things that I have put into consideration if you can watch all of the Disney Plus stuff, to me, which is a bit, that's made us so overstimulated of Marvel. This is a breath of fresh air.
It is,
in my opinion. Well, that's gonna wrap up this video as well. As far as what you guys thought of it, definitely leave that down in the comments. Did you think it was mid? Did you think it was good? Do you think it's overhated, overrated? Let us know what you thought down in the comment section. Have any movie suggestions for us, whether it's horror, anything, let us know. We'll watch it. I know you get a little nervous when I say horror. I saw it. But it's alright. Any suggestions, let us know. Deidre, you got anything?
And guys, let us know what Marvel movies that you guys are looking forward to come out and go see. That's gonna wrap up for today's episode, guys. We'll see you guys next time.